Okay, so the topic we are going to discuss today is investment versus speculation. As we discussed in last class, the basic fundamentals of investment. So there is one basic difference between investment and other forms of investing money in any type of investment avenue. So today we are going to discuss majorly three types of investment ways, that is investment, then there is first is investment, second is speculation, and third is gambling. There are three ways of investment. See, as yesterday we discussed, whenever we put our money at stake, right? Maybe in any stock market avenue, or in real estate, or simple a bank deposit, FD, recurring deposit, pension plan, any kind of investment avenue, right? So whenever we invest our money for a longer duration of time, we call it investment. But at times we do not want to invest our money for such a long duration. So what we want quick money, right? We want to earn money at a very fast pace, maybe a month, maybe 10 days, maybe 2 days, maybe 3 days, it depends. So there is a fundamental difference between investment and speculation. The very fundamental difference is when we invest our money, when we forego our present consumption for a longer duration of time, we call it investment. But we do not, in case we do not invest our money or forego our present consumptions for a very long duration, we put our money for a very shorter duration, we call it speculation. Okay, so let's one by one understand the difference between investment and speculation, and third is gambling. There are three terms which we are going to use here. So the first, investment, we have discussed in detail in our last class. So I'll just go through once again. So investment is the employment of funds on assets with the aim of earning income or capital appreciation. So the fundamental purpose behind doing investment is earning income. So whenever we put our money somewhere, the fundamental purpose is to earn money, capital appreciation, or earning money. So, the basic difference is earning money, earning income, or capital appreciation. For example, you invest in a stock, right? Today you are buying a stock at rupees 100, and after 1 year you have planned to hold the share for 1 year. For example, 100, a share of rupees 100, and the quantity is also 100. We do not buy only one share, right? When we invest in market, we usually invest in lots. So these lots are given by market only. We do not choose our lot. Lots are given by market, the stock market, right? But in case, as you can see here, the stock value is 100. So this is a very small quantity. So the lot may be available of 100, maybe of 50. But if the share value is very high, for example, there are shares in the market whose market value is 2000 rupees, 1000, 1500. So for such costly shares, the lot size can be reduced. So for example, if there is any stock whose market value is, for example, 1000 rupees, so lot size can be 1 or maybe 2. It depends on the price of the share, right? So the lot size of the share depends on the market price of the share. Right. So here, for example, the share which you want to invest in is of rupees 100, and the lot size available is 100. So how many shares you will buy, right? You will not buy only one share, you will buy a certain quantity, right? So 100 shares of 100 each, and you have planned to hold this share, for example, for 1 year. So investment is usually for 1 year, right? So less than 1 year, we call it speculation. So if you are investing somewhere for a duration of less than 1 year, we call it speculation in general terms. But again, as I discussed with you earlier, that there is no thumb of rule in stock market that this is what uh, uh, has to be followed. So it depends from investor to investor. For example, 1 year may not be investment for a investor who invests a lot. So for example, he holds for 5 years, or maybe who doesn't like to hold his money for such a short, long duration. Even 6 months is also a investment for him. So it depends on the investor and his or her needs. So, but in general terms, like in very layman terms, we say that when we invest for 1 year, we call it investment, and less than one, it is called speculation. But again, it depends on the needs of the investor also. For a common investor, maybe 6 to 7 months is also investment, right? So it depends. So in this 1 year, what he will get two things out of this investment. One is the dividend, because within 1 year, why we call it investment, because companies usually give dividends yearly or half yearly. Usually companies give it half yearly, yeah, or yearly. So that's why we say that investment has to be at least for 1 year. But there are companies who pay their dividend not yearly but half yearly also, or quarterly also. So it may vary, right? So here, uh, if you hold 100 shares of 100 each for 1 year, you will get two things out of it. One is dividend, and other thing is capital appreciation. Because at the end of the year, the stock price may go up, right? The share which was of 100 rupees may, after at the end of 1 year, it has reached 110. So, and capital appreciation, for example, the company has paid a dividend of 10 rupees, for example. Okay, so at the end of the year, while the investor has hold the share for a year, he has got two things. One is the dividend, and other is the capital appreciation of 10 rupees, right? So dividend 10 and capital appreciation 10. So the total earning for the shareholder here is rupees 20. By investing 100 rupees, he has got 20 rupees. So now for 100 shares, 100 into 20, right? So 2000 rupees he has earned. So this is how we calculate the earnings from investment. So when you invest, you earn in two ways. One is dividend, or maybe if you have invested in debts, so we call it interest. So it depends whether you call it interest or dividend. If you are holding share, you call it dividend. If you are holding debt, it is called interest, right? So you, in case of investment, you earn in two ways. First in the way of dividend, and second in the way of capital appreciation. The share price has risen in the market, right? So this is the basic feature of investment. Then as we discussed yesterday, investment always have two attributes, namely risk and return. And risk and return we have discussed quite in detail yesterday, that risk is the difference between actual and expected return, right? So the difference between actual and expected return is called risk, and risk can be either positive or negative. Risk in itself seems to be a very negative term, that there may be loss or something, but risk can be positive also. Like whatever you have expected, maybe the market has given you much better. So there is a positive risk also. And we also discussed that risk can be, if even if you get a good return, whatever you have expected, you got more than this, that is also not a very good situation, because your predictions are not right. So when we study this subject, when we study investment management, when we study portfolio management, the most important thing here is precision, accuracy. How much accurately you have predicted the future of a share. If there is a difference, either positive or negative, then there is a problem, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So moving forward, yes, thank you. So moving forward, financial investment is the allocation of money to asset that are expected to yield some gain over a period of time. So again, this is something very similar which we have discussed, that there is an expectation to earn something out of the investment over a period of time. It means it's the most important part of investment is duration, for how long you are putting your money at stake. This is very important part of investment. So investments are expected to yield returns and capital appreciation both. So as I discussed, yield is the dividend, and capital appreciation is the increase in the price of the share. So there are two things always associated with investment, that is dividend yield or and capital appreciation. So moving forward, to an economist, investment is the net addition made in the nation's capital stock that consists of goods and service. So investment can hold different meaning to different people. For example, for us common people, investment means putting our money in any stock, any debt, or any other investment avenue, maybe pension plan, maybe insurance plans, maybe ULIP plans, maybe FDs, recurring deposits. For us, investment means putting our money in some investment avenue where we get returns. But for an economist, investment can hold a different meaning. Yeah. So here the meaning of investment can be completely different. So here the meaning can be increase in goods and services of the economy. So like GDP. Like, what is the GDP? GDP is the gross domestic product, what the country has produced within a year. So for economists, the meaning of investment is completely different from what we understand by the term investment. So for an economist, investment is increase in goods and services. So next is financial and economic meanings are related to each other because the savings of individual flow in the market as financial investment. So these two things are very very interrelated to each other. We do not think that investment, what we invest and what economists think investment is, are two different things. Because when we invest in stock market, what we are doing, our money is circulating in the market. For example, there is a company, right? What are shares? Basically, what are shares, debts, or bonds, or anything what we are discussing here? So, any organization, maybe government organization or public organization, maybe private companies which are listed on stock exchange, what they do is they have a certain business plan in their mind, right? They have a certain business plan in their mind, and what they do is they want to proceed with that business plan. They want to do production of certain thing. For example, a businessman has a plan in his mind to open different outlets of groceries, right? So he has a plan that he's going to open a food chain or supply chain of groceries, different franchisees he will open. So he has a very good business plan. But the problem is he doesn't have that much of money, right? He has a good business plan, he has time, he is ready to invest his heart and soul into that business plan. But the only thing lacking is the money. He doesn't have money. So here comes the role of we investors. So investors play a major role because we have everybody, 100 people, there are 1,000 millions of people in the economy who have extra income with them, they have their savings with them. What we do, we invest in their business plan, and they ask money from us in the form of shares and debentures, right? So when they ask money to execute that business plan, we give them money in the form of share and debts. And obviously, shares and debts have different features, as we have discussed. That shares, in case of shares, they will give you part of their profit. If they're not earning profit, they will not give you any return. But in case of debts, they will pay you interest no matter they have earned something or not. So they ask money from us, common people, and whatever extra savings we have, we put our money in their business plan. And when the business plan grows, and the entrepreneur earns something out of it, whatever he has earned, he shares that income with us, right? So this is how basically what investment do for us or stock markets do for us. They help us to circulate the money flow in the market. So basically what we are doing, we are earning, we have certain savings with us, we are investing our savings in their business plan, and when they earn something out of it, they give us dividends and profits, right? So basically investment, why we call it investment? Because any business plan takes some time to execute. If I have invested in a share, and they have a particular business plan that they are going to set up their franchisees of groceries or something like that, and if I say no, give me my money back within 3 months, then he will not be able to get his money back from the market within 3 months. That's why we call it investment. It takes some time. So whenever somebody invests with the purpose of investment, not with the purpose of speculation, he has to have patience. So he has to have patience, and he will earn in the form of what? Dividends and capital appreciation. In two forms that person will earn, right? So this is all about investment, how investments work. So moving forward, everybody do not want to invest their money for such a long duration. They do not want to put their money at stake for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. What they want is quick money. because they don't want to hold money for such a long duration. They want quick returns. So in that case, another term comes in stock market, which is called speculation, right? So speculation is about taking business risk in the hope of achieving short-term gains. So here, as an investor, so I am explaining this thing to you as an investor, that if I don't want to put my money at stake for 1 year because I want to earn quick money, so what I will do, I will pick a stock, right? And I feel that this is the year ending. I gave you an example yesterday that at the end of the year, usually when the financial year ends, when everybody has to file their taxes and all, at that time usually stock prices go down because there are certain changes happening in the corporate, and that's why usually it happens, right? Maybe usually, not every year, but usually for certain companies it may happen, right? So what I can do, I will buy the shares of the company in March, because I know at this time, due to certain market seasonal changes or something, yearly this happens, I will buy the share of the company in the month of March, because I know the share prices usually falls at this time. And in the month of maybe April or maybe May or June, I know within 2-3 months, when the taxation procedures will end, the share prices again will go up, right? So after 3 months, I will sell the stock again. So for example, in the month of March, I have bought the stock at rupees 90, right? And after 3 months, maybe in June or something, the stock price will again go up. Maybe it has reached again 110, and I will sell it in the market again. So my profit, the profit I have booked here is 20 rupees within 3 months. So, here in investment, what we have observed, that the investor has earned 20 rupees after holding the share for 1 year. But here the speculator has earned 20 rupees within 3 months only, right? So what a speculator does, speculator basically try to identify such situations in the market, right, where the stock is underpriced because of any such market seasonal changes. There is no very solid reason of the decline in the price of the share, because taxation is not a solid reason for decline in the share price. It is just a seasonal thing, but share prices are low. So what a speculator do is, speculator basically try to identify underpriced securities. So the role of speculator is to identify underpriced securities. So, another example, if I give you, for example, cement industry stocks. Usually cement industry stocks also go down in the in monsoon period, right? So what I can do as an investor, I know that every year in monsoon period, cement stock prices usually go down. So I will try to buy those, I will try to identify such underpriced securities and I will buy it. And when the season will go, again the stock prices will go up, I will sell it in the market. So what is the role of a speculator here is to identify underpriced securities. Now you will think that, oh, this is such a good idea, rather than holding the stock for 1 year and earning 20 rupees, I am earning 20 rupees within 3 months only, right? It seems to be a very nice idea, but the problem here is that whatever you are expecting, it may or may not come true, because here in speculation, the risk portion is very, very high, because whatever you have analyzed, maybe you have analyzed the data of last 2-3 years. You are studying the cement stocks from last 2-3 years, and every year this happens. For 3 years it has happened that in the month of in monsoon months, the prices have gone down, and after 2-3 months prices again go up. You thought that from 3 years this pattern has been followed by the industry, so this year also this will happen. There is a good chance that this will happen, but it may or may not happen, right? Maybe this year situations are different, or maybe this year monsoon has not hit to that extent, so cement industry has not suffered that much, so that's why stock prices didn't go down that much, right? So it may happen, or maybe at times there is extended monsoon, right? So here in speculation, the problem is risk is very, very high. So always consider this thing when you are speculating in market, the duration is less. As in investment, we discussed that there was duration, the duration was long, maybe 1 year or something, more than 1 year usually, right? But in speculation, the duration is less than 1 year, and duration is less, and next is risk is high because it completely depends on your analysis, what you have analyzed or what it may be, and what on what basis you analyze, on the basis of past data. You have studied 3 years data, you have studied this pattern from last 3 5 years, but it is not necessary what has happened in last 5 years this year also same thing will happen because of market uncertainties. Anything may happen in the market, so maybe whatever you have predicted on the basis of past situation, it may or may not come true. So in nutshell, we can say that in speculation, of course you earn quick money, of course, you know, time duration is less, but the risk is high. So what usually I would suggest to you people who would want to invest in market in future, because you are studying this subject, so obviously maybe in future you want to invest in market, always start with investment. And once you invest, you will get to know about the market, that how market actually works. So after few months or years, when you become more confident about your decisions, then maybe you can go for speculations. But initially one should always start with investments, because in speculation the risk is very high. And initially maybe we are at times very overconfident also, because we think, oh, this has happened from last 2 3 years, let's do it. Or maybe we also believe in rumors also, what the other person is saying. You will go to somebody who has already who is already into trading, who is already into stock market, you may ask their suggestions. But everybody is human. And in market, the market sentiments plays a huge role. What are investors sentiment? At times investors are very much risk averse, they do not want to take so much risk. But there are certain investors who take risk like anything, right? So it depends on n number of factors which will affect your decision taking abilities. So ultimately I would say that in speculation, you earn only through capital appreciation. There is no dividend or something, because in 3 months you cannot earn dividend. What you only earn is capital appreciation. As investment, there was both capital appreciation and dividend. But in case of speculation, there is only capital appreciation. There is no dividend associated with it, because in 3 months you will not get any dividend. Companies give dividend on yearly or half yearly basis, whatever you say. Yeah. So if a person buys a stock for dividend, it is called investment. But if his intention is to gain through price fluctuation, it is called speculation. So speculation is to earn through price fluctuations only. Seasonal things we try to identify. We try to identify undervalued stocks. I'll just write it here: undervalued stocks. Undervalued stocks. But yes, this is of course a very good way of earning also. But initially one should go for investment. Then of course with time, when you understand the market, you can go for speculation also. So the time factor is very important here, because in speculation time duration is less and risk is higher, and we earn through abnormal, we get abnormal returns here. So here the term is abnormal returns. Why we call it abnormal? Because it is because of market fluctuation. Not this 90 to 100 has not reached because the company has completed its project, or the company is growing, or the company is performing well. It has nothing to do with company's performance. It is because of only market sentiments. Market is changing, demand and supply forces are changing. That's why you are earning. That's why we call it abnormal return and not normal returns. So normal returns are returns when you get returns because company is growing, company's projects are going successfully, whatever, for whatever reason they have got taken money from the public, that project has completed successfully, they are earning, that's why we are earning. That is called normal return. But in case of speculation, we are earning abnormal returns, because we are earning only because of price fluctuations, not because company has done something good, right? So this is speculation. Moving forward, the third aspect of investment is gambling. So here gambling is what? So gambling is basically like a bet, you know. So here all other types of investment, as you say, like like matches, people play matches and race, and just for on the say betting on the on any event happening of any event. For example, today if rain will come, I will win. If rain will not come, you will win. So gambling is that third form of investment, right? So here in India, gambling is not allowed, but there are certain countries where gambling is legal. But in India, gambling is not legal, right? So here, of course, gambling happens, but not legally. If somebody is found to do gambling, they are, they are punished. So, but in there are countries where gambling is legal. So gambling is for very, very short term. For example, gambling in matches, right? We bet on a particular country, that this country win or that country win. That is called gambling. This thing also happens, but this is illegal in India. Then the time horizon involved, of course, the time is very less, for 2-3 hours, right? Like investment, it was for 1 year. Then in speculation, less than 1 year, and in gambling, it is for just for the sake of 2-3 hours, or maybe 2-3 minutes also, right? So gambling, the duration in gambling is very, very less, and it is done majorly for entertainment, or it completely depends on luck. There is no analysis, there is no as such market study or something. It majorly depends on luck, right? So these are three forms of investment, where investment in speculation is legal in India and gambling is not legal in India. So here we have the basic difference between investment and speculation. So as we discussed, time. So here time in investment is large enough, holding period is large enough, but in speculation the holding period is very less. It varies from days to months, but it is, in case of investment, it is for years, right? Risk, obviously, when you hold money for a shorter duration, the risk is higher. In speculation, risk is high, because company is not growing. You're just, you have done some analysis on the basis of past year data, and you're just putting your money at stake. But here, obviously, risk is in investment also has risk, but the risk is moderate, not as much as it is in speculation, because here you have done proper analysis. You know that your money is going to be invested in a proper project, companies, doing everything to get returns out of it. So of course risk would be there, nothing is risk free, but risk is moderate. But the risk associated in speculation is quite a lot. Then moving forward, returns. Obviously, if you are holding money, you are taking high risk. We discussed that higher the risk, higher the probability of return. Because so in speculation, the risk is high, so the returns earned by you would also be high, right? But in case of investment, the returns are, moderate to high. So it completely depends upon the performance of the company, that how company is performing, have they reached their targets, whatever they set, like the production has been done properly, or whatever targets they have set, they have reached those targets or not. All these things matter. So here the returns can be from moderate to high. Then decision, how do we take decision for investment? So taking decision for investment, we do a proper analysis, we call it EIC analysis, that we'll study in detail. But today I'll just brief you what is EIC. EIC stands for economy, industry and company analysis, right? So here we have three sets. First, because nowadays everything is virtual. You are in India, but you can invest anywhere in the world. You can invest in any stock of any country, of any company. So there is no problem that in choosing a particular economy, you can invest in any economy. So first we pick an economy, in which country we want to invest. So once we pick an economy, then we pick industry. In case of industry, we pick industry like, for example, we feel that nowadays IT sector is growing a lot, or medicine sector is growing a lot. So you can pick any industry, in which industry you want to invest. And once you have picked your economy, your industry, then out of that industry you will pick a company. Now again there is a choice that which company you would choose, like on the basis of the performance of the company, how well established the company is, how the management is working. So there are a number of factors. We'll study this concept in later classes in detail, but today I'm just giving you an overview that what is EIC analysis. We also call it fundamental analysis, right? So we'll understand in fundamental analysis a lot of things comes. So we'll discuss one by one what all we cover in fundamental analysis. So the basic thing is EIC analysis, economy, industry, and then company. So here in speculation, usually investors focus upon what information is available, and we believe in what very big investors are doing. Like there is a very famous investment banker Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, and there are so many other people also who have understanding of market. So what we do, we think that these people are such knowledgeable people, so we try to know that where they are investing, what they are suggesting, so we go according to them. Or maybe these are very big names, but somebody who is trading in the market, who is in your knowledge, we also believe in their words also, like if he is saying this, then I should do it. So in case of speculation, we believe in rumors also. And then one of the major thing we do in speculation is trend analysis, that we call technical analysis, where we make charts and make a lot of charting techniques are there, that we will discuss in detail, that what all charting techniques are there on the basis of which we actually study the market. So in nutshell, if I say, for investment we do fundamental analysis, and for speculation we do technical analysis, right? So last is funds. In usually if we invest for such a long duration, we usually invest our own funds, because we have certain money excess with us, our savings. So for investment we invest our own money. And in case of speculation, because we are investing for a shorter duration of time, we usually use borrowed money, right? So that we'll understand the concept that how borrowed funds are used, to which we also call margin money, right? So how margins are used, that I will also make you understand in further concepts. So this is the basic difference between investment and speculation, right?